Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I need to add the mulch to the prairie drop seed that I planted a few days ago, but it's on the side of the hill and I'm afraid it's going to wash away. So what I'm going to do is glue it in place. And to glue it in place, I'm going to use this Petra Tools Supermax mulch glue. I have never heard of mulch glue before. This will be my first time using it. Unfortunately, the cap broke in shipping. There's the rest of the cap, but it did not leak out. And I'm going to be using this entire container. I read the container and I believe you mix this 2-to-1 with water. So 1 container of glue, 2 containers of water, and I'll just mix that up in a 1-gallon sprayer. But before we do that, let's read this label and make sure we're doing things right. This label is kind of cool. Nice and slippery, like nothing's going to stick to it. If you leave this out in the rain, it's probably waterproof too. Alright, it says it's safe for people, safe for pets, safe for your sprayer, lasts up to 12 months, which is exactly what I need, and 50% more concentrated. More concentrated than what? Maybe their old version or something. Made in the USA, which is a good thing. And it has max locking technology, whatever that is. Yeah, it's 50% more concentrated, I guess, than their old version. Okay, and this is a quart, so we're going to be mixing up 3 quarts. Same thing. And it has an asterisk after a lot of these, and the asterisk says when used as directed. A scan code there. Alright, and here's the instructions. Okay, so basically that says what I just told you. Mix 2 parts water to 1 part glue. And it says Supermax glue is engineered to keep your mulch and bark where you put it, helping to resist erosion displacement caused by wind and rain. Supermax mulch glue leverages custom water-based binder technology to create a safe, invisible bond between the mulch and bark pieces, having them effectively act as cohesive units. While Supermax mulch glue bonds mulch and bark pieces together, it still allows for water drainage and the passage of vital nutrients to the soil beneath. Okay, sounds like exactly what we need for that area back there. And now for the instructions. Do not allow to freeze. Shake well before use. Apply only to dry mulch and bark. So what we'll have to do, I'm sure this stuff is a bit damp in here. We'll go spread the mulch and then come back in 2-3 hours, maybe about 2 o'clock at high noon, and this stuff should be pretty darn dry by then. Application: 1 part Supermax glue to 2 parts water. We already know that. Mix for about a minute and apply using pump or mechanical sprayer. We're going to do that. It has instructions for pine straw, which we're not using. Standard chip mulch. Apply 2 coats evenly at a rate of 1 gallon per 200 square feet. Wait at least an hour between coats. And down here it says additional coats of Supermax mulch glue can be applied if desired. So what I'm going to do is give it as many coats as it takes to use it up, because I have no further use for it and I'll want to clean the container. After application, thoroughly rinse out the tank spray tank, that's kind of weird, spray line and nozzle to ensure no material is left behind. And what I'll do is before I spray it and after I spray it, I'll just use some neutralized spray tank cleaner. And that's to make sure that I don't have any glyphosate or something in the tank to start with. And when I'm done, that'll make sure that this is completely out of it. Okay, let's go spread the mulch, and then we'll wait a little bit and get the glue on it. Okay, I got the mulch spread, and I would say it's anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches thick. It's a good 3 inches thick over here, and it's a good deal thinner on the side of this hill right here. This will be a good test as to how it works. You're not going to have many gardens that have a vertical surface like that, but you will have gardens that are about as vertical as this. This is pretty steep. One good rain would wash this all away, so this will be a good test. I also set this up. We're going to spray some on that, the same amount that we spray on this, and it's only going to take a short while before I can spray. This stuff was dry as a bone. There's areas that were a little damp, but not much. So we'll give this maybe an hour, and then we'll get to spraying. Okay, you're probably not going to be able to see this, but the liquid level is right at 3 quarts. There's a little bit of foam in there as well. And I added a little bit of water. You never want to add stuff to an empty tank. It'll just stick on the bottom. So I put a little bit of water in there, poured in the mulch glue, and then I rinsed the container 3 times and added that as water. And then I filled it up to the correct mark, and they want you to shake it for a full minute, which is pretty hard to do, but I did it. Now we'll head over there. I'll shake it again right before I spray it, and we'll get the first coat of spray on. All right. I don't want to get this on the plants. I know it's not going to harm them, but you know, the wind could possibly stick. Yeah, see, got a little bit of a bare spot there. The wind could possibly stick the leaves together. Not that that would be a huge problem. And I don't want to stick a leaf into the mix. I don't know if I'm spraying this right or not. Yeah, it looks like I'll have to go around, kind of lift my grass out of the glue, which is no problem. So I'm getting this on the mulch, a little bit on the dirt around it, a little bit on the plants, a little bit on the rocks, and we'll see what happens afterwards. Yeah, some of these plants I can't help but get a fair amount on them, and that's going to happen to anybody that uses this, so we'll see what happens. Okay, now I have some test stuff here. All right. This area right here is very likely to wash away, so that'll be interesting. I mean, just a good watering could wash some of this stuff away, especially this right here. Okay, that's batch one. Let's check the time. You're supposed to wait an hour. It is exactly 10:31, so we'll come back at 11:30 and spray again. All right, it is 11:29. It's been an hour, and I thought I'd show you this real quick. This was 3/4 of a gallon. Now it's at a half a gallon. So it took 1/3 of this tank to spray what I have there. So this next spray should take it down to a half gallon, or not a half gallon, 1/4 of a gallon, and then we'll do a third spray. So that should use the whole thing up. Okay, so we'll see how this sprays after it's been sitting an hour. Sprays just fine. I was wondering if it would clog up the nozzle. I don't want to step on the mulch while I'm doing this review / experiment. I'm constantly shaking my mixture as I go. After I'm all done with all 3 sprays, I'm going to go and unstick any leaves that are stuck if I need to. All right, it's all foamed up from shaking it, so you really can't tell how much is in there. We're going to put this back in here where it's going to be shady. The sun will be hitting that by the time I get back. I have to head to town, and that's going to take about 4 hours. So we'll see what this is like after sitting for 4 hours, see if it clogs up the nozzle or anything. I don't think it will, but we'll see. Okay, I am back from town. 4 o'clock exactly. Went and got a bunch of stuff for the tiny house. That's going to be a cool, or it is a cool set of videos. So a quart would have been here, so we didn't quite use a quart last time. Probably going to have to put it on a bit thicker this time because I need to use this up. I really don't have another place for it. So I'm going to shake this up real good on the way back there, give it another spray, and then we'll let it sit for 2-3 hours and go see what it looks like. I'm not going to show this spray, but yeah, it still sprays just fine. Okay, let me go get this sprayed, and we will come back after this is completely dried up. Okay, that did 3 coats on the nearby stuff. There's only them 2 plants there. And it did 4 coats on the larger patch. I rinsed this out really well. And now I'm rinsing out the wand. And it was 4 o'clock. We'll probably check maybe 6, somewhere around there, and see if it's all dried up and see what it looks like. Okay, 6:11. So this has had a good while to dry. Now let's see what this stuff is like. I'm going to be watering this area in a little bit, but I want to feel what it feels like before I do that. Yeah, this grass was kind of stuck to it. All right. What I'm going to do is, when I'm watering, I'm just going to water right into this area a whole bunch. And normally that would start collecting and all of this stuff right here would just wash down to the bottom. We'll see if that happens. I almost forgot about this. Yeah, it doesn't seem... I mean, this had a bunch of it on. It's kind of stuck together on the very top. And then underneath, not so much. It does make the top of the mulch like one big surface, so I'm gonna say it won't wash away, but we'll see in a second. We got the sun right in our eyes, but should be able to see what's going on. You could see there's a lot of water. It's actually puddling up over there. A lot of water under the mulch. It's puddling up around the base of the plants. I want to see it coming down here. You can see it coming down over there. I was getting the camera wet. Okay. I can't get much more water on it. I'm going to start washing away all my dirt. That is working. It's working real good. That's kind of cool. And when I checked this out just a little while ago, like that pile right there, it didn't seem like it was going to work. But look at that. That stuff is just hanging in the crack right there. Now one piece moved, but I don't know if I even sprayed that. Look at all that water coming down, and it's not washing out. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that is cool. Lots of water going through here. All right. So the next time we have a really big rain, I'll come check this out and I'll update it if need be, but I don't think I'll need to. This looks like it's working just fine. I mean, this stuff right here was there. Nothing washed out. Woohoo! Mulch glue works. Yeah, that is pretty cool. So, if you have a hillside or an area that gets a lot of water and you need your mulch to stick there, this is the stuff for you. It really works. All right, I got to get back to my watering. I planted this buffalo grass like 5 weeks ago, and it's doing just awesome. All the yellow stuff is dying weeds. I sprayed it about 4 days ago. So if you want to see any of those videos, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.